Got it.
All right. Well, Coach Scotty here, and we do have a beautiful and small group today for this recorded startup for the 21-day nutrition reset. So we're going to go through a few things here, and I'm super excited to have you here. Rena and Bonnie, I'm super glad you're on the line so that I can at least have somebody to chat with. And as usual, I has excitement. I'm excited at the start of every one of these resets because I love it. I can't wait to help people and make a difference. And so, of course, I'm going to ask you, are you ready to gain more energy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good. How about release some stubborn body fat?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Bonnie, I'm starting to think you don't have much left anymore, which is
Not a bunch, but there's
Not a bunch.
still some of me there that needs to get gone.
yeah.
I could be a good sister and share with her.
Well, no.
No.
How about flatten your stomach?
Yes.
Yes. And develop the healthiest version of yourself. Yes.
Yes.
That's the part I love. And I see that in both of you, which is just the biggest gift. All right, it's time to get into the details of the reset. And at the end of this, you'll have the information, the motivation. You'll leave ready to go grocery shopping and get started training this coming week and start creating your ideal body and life now. And then, of course, I like to show pictures of people done well. Kelly dropped 23 pounds in 21 days, surprised himself even. But before we get started and I unveil what's behind the curtain, there's a quick disclaimer. If you hate change and you're not willing to try something new, totally different, and perhaps even annoying, your chance of success will plummet. What you've done before has gotten you to where you are now, and it's time to start something different. I hate change. Me too. And there's butterflies flying above them. I love that one. Kind of poignant. Because I can give you all the tools and the training to help you develop the mindset for success. But in the end, it's your attitude that makes all the difference. Right? That sound good?
All right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And, I've added a slide and it's critical. And of course, this one I know doesn't apply to you that are listening now, but I did have a person recently that made this slide necessary. You cannot assign me the responsibility for your results. Signing up to the program doesn't give you the results. And you can't go, I will succeed if you give me 10 more recipes. I will succeed if you change the wording on that video because I didn't like it a little bit. Careful. Hello, my name is accountable, right? We are accountable for our own results. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Totally. Because newsflash, nothing works. You know this of me. You make it work. And we have to make it work because this is a brilliant, phenomenal program, but it's not autopilot. It takes effort. You have to cook things. You have to prepare things. You have to think ahead. And it's worth it, but it does take some effort. And I've collected hundreds of before and after pictures. And I've been a trainer since 98 and I've owned the gym in Sylvan for 18 years. Of course, that closed in 2020, but my passion has not changed. I still want to help people be fit and healthy. And I'm proud to say that I've helped so many people drop thousands and thousands of pounds. When we were running the gym, we were averaging about 2,000 pounds a year. And now that I'm doing it by myself, we're kind of in that 500 to 600 or 700 pounds a year dropped with the clients that I work with. That's pretty cool. And you ladies know, but for those new on the call, I wasn't born the fitness guy everybody knows me of as today. I was in architecture for 13 years, getting fat and sick and stressed. And after a year of specialists and tests, a doctor finally told me to exercise and take care of myself. So I did that with a passion. I started out chubby, but I waited until I had dropped 20 pounds before I took my before picture because I didn't want anybody to see me at my full, right? And then 5 months later, I was in amazing shape and it was awesome. And that passion led to me working in a few gyms, late 90s. And then I opened Best Body Fitness in 2002. But then I got into triathlon and I traveled the world. And at the World Championships of 2015, I nearly died in a bike crash at nearly 70 kilometers an hour in the rain. I went from super fit to really broken. I shattered my shoulder. I busted my arm in half. I broke 5 ribs. I broke up my knee. I pulled some skin off the side of my face and I broke my skull open, having one of the worst brain injuries you can get. That sucked. And I began a long, slow road back to health, of course, using all of the skills and programs that I have at my beck and call since 1998. And 3 years of surgeries, rehab, and challenge after challenge takes a toll, especially when emotional eating happens. And so this is actually the heaviest I've ever been. That's 237 pounds. Not happy in that photo, but I just snapped it back to reality. And I'm actually leaner than that now. That was me at 194. I'm currently 181. So I'm feeling great.
Good for you.
Yeah, right? I know.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast. So eating this way works. And I made it back to the World Championships and crossed that finish line. And of course, we made an award-winning documentary. which is super fun. It's 82 minutes, family friendly, and it's free on YouTube at warriorcodefilm.com. So that's awesome. And since then, I continue to surround myself with amazing people to live my life of passion every day and transform lives and change the world. So that's you here now. So now it's your time. So let me hear you say it. It's my time.
It's my time.
Awesome. That gives me a chance to drink some hot protein powder. All right. So do some of these apply to you? Feeling down on yourself, for letting your health go down and your weight go up? Yeah. Yeah. Bonnie used to be, right? You have people in your life who can help, but you're not setting a good example for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Bonnie's setting a good example. I'm very proud of Bonnie. Your own mind is filled with negative self-talk and it's draining your energy. Does anybody have an itty bitty snotty committee that's just a drag to listen to? Yeah, me too. Yeah. Tired of back rolls, spare tire around the midsection, double chin, flabby arms, just feeling a little jiggly right now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How about frustrated shopping for clothes?
Very.
Yeah. You know, I got to tell you, and I shared this story in, I think, the last group, the group before, my wife and I were doing laundry and my 10-year-old was helping, which meant while we were doing laundry, he was being really annoying. You're supposed to be helping with chores, but he kind of wasn't. But at one point he was crawling underneath my clothes in my closet and kicking things out from underneath so he could make a better hiding spot. And it's like, dude, stop it. But then I was like, what are those? And he kicked out 2 brand new pairs of $200 Lululemon pants that I had put in there 6 years ago because they didn't fit anymore. The button popped every time I put them on and breathed. And I put them on and I have to wear a belt to keep them from falling down. So that's awesome.
For sure.
2 brand new pairs of pants that I didn't have to pay for. Right?
Absolutely.
Does anybody have a piece of the closet, like a section that's like a I'll get to you later section? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
That matters.
Always and forever.
What's that, Bonnie?
I said always and forever. I've had one of the years.
Yeah, always and forever. You've had that section. Yep. Which is good, but you're getting into them.
Yeah.
And things are loose now, which is pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you've tried diet books, apps, groups, gyms, trainers, boot camps, fitness programs. In the end, so far, nothing's really worked. And you're maybe a little bit skeptical and even in your own ability to succeed. You felt that way? Yep.
Yeah.
You can barely stand getting on the scale. The thought of it makes you nervous. Right? Yep. Getting to that place where you only put yourself in places and circumstances where you feel safe and make choices based on what others want instead of what you really want. Like, you know, you're supposed to eat healthy, but they're offering all this junk and you're like, well, all right, I'll fit along. I'll go along to get along. I'll do what everybody's doing because I don't want to stand out. Right? Yeah. I stopped doing that. I had Thanksgiving dinner at my brother's house and I brought a weigh scale. And one at a time, I put single ingredient foods on my plate and I stuck on my plan. It kind of got a few looks, but I don't care. I feel great. So it's worth it. Well, I'm glad you're here. You did it. You've come this far. And if you know me, you know there's a saying, you only live once. And I don't like it. I think it's a load of crap. You only die once. You live every day. So make your life awesome so that every day is awesome. Like, let's live 1,000 times and live well. And have you ever noticed the people that say you only live once, they're about to do something really stupid? Have you noticed this? Right? Yeah, absolutely. Well, this 21-day nutrition reset is the answer. If you're willing, I'll guide you through the 3-step process from where you are to where you want to be. So to start, making poor choices, negative self-talk, low energy motivation, to the second part, making healthy choices daily, gaining energy, enthusiasm, exercising and feeling good. And then we're going to move on to creating your ideal you, feeling like yourself again and being a role model to others. And I would just ask, where do you ladies think you're at in this spectrum right now? Like, I know you're not at number 1 anymore.
Partway between 1 and 2, almost at 2.
Yeah, Rena, almost the way to number 2. That's awesome. Bonnie, where do you feel these days on this spectrum?
Well, I think I'm in the 3,
Exactly.
you know, in the
I would
3
100%
categories.
say so.
Yeah.
I would say you're now in number 3 firmly, because you are absolutely a role model to others. I feel like from all that I know of you, you feel like yourself again, and you're definitely creating your ideal you. You're making daily health choices and gaining energy. Like, I'm super proud of you. I can't say that enough. So that's awesome. Cool. Because feeling good again matters. All right. What exactly is a 21-day reset? Oh, what are you going to eat? Right? It's a list of things I can eat on my diet. No, it's not that. But it's that 21 days of lemon water, castor oil, and cayenne pepper. We call it the Master Disaster Cleanse. Can you imagine? Are you glad that it's not that? That would be
You
awful.
bet.
Yeah. Like people have actually done that. Anyway, no, it's not that kind of plan, but it is healthy, clean eating. No processed sugar, no unhealthy carbs like dairy. And the great news is no calorie counting. Okay. Actually, dairy is not a carb, but anyway, I fumbled my words. But what matters is what you can eat. Fresh fruits and veggies, eggs, healthy fats, lean meats, chicken, beef, fish, good carbs like brown rice, quinoa, and sweet potato. You know, you guys have been on this program a bit. For the new people listening, there are so many amazing, wonderful foods on the list. There's no suffering here. It really isn't. And the things that we think are suffering are cravings for things that are not actually good for us. And when we realize that, there's no suffering, right? We were just talking earlier before the recording started about how I still have this, Starbucks. It's but then I think about 10 or 12 months ago, I had a Starbucks. I'm like, this tastes like a chemical war in my body. It was awful. It was like, what was I craving? So there's no denying, there's only realizing. Very powerful. Good stuff like avocado, like that moment in the supermarket when you find the perfect avocado. Oh. I know when you're down in Mexico, Bonnie, that's not a problem for you.
No, it isn't.
So for some people listening in as the new program, new to this program, this is going to be a defining moment in your life. Not everybody, but for 21 days, no coffee. And I know some people are like, what? I haven't had my coffee. Don't make me kill you. Some people think about quitting right now. And I actually have one lady about middle or late last summer that quit the second she saw this video recorded and saw no coffee. She quit. That was it. Non-negotiable. Didn't even want to talk about it. So that can happen. People can be really stuck on that. But listen, before you think about that, don't. Keeping coffee in will not make or break your detox process, because the reset is a bit of a detox. Coffee in and of itself is not necessarily bad. And if it's your make or break, then leave it in and just do everything else. However, I will urge you to consider it, because coffee stresses the adrenal glands, which actually makes you more fatigued and leads to coffee crashes. And when your adrenals are depleted, it raises the stress hormone cortisol, which makes you store belly fat. It does a cascade effect of negative because you're in fight or flight all the time. It raises anxiety, stress. It destroys good sleep. It causes all manner of challenges. It's a disruptor. So instead of coffee, we can substitute zero non-sweetened green tea, which still has a little bit of caffeine in it, but it's mild. And because of the other elements in the tea, like catechins, it actually doesn't deplete your adrenals the same way. And it's a bit of a superfood. So that is totally an option. I actually have tea in here with some hot protein powder, and I drink at least 2 of these a day, and it has been fantastic. How can you start the day without coffee? 3 hours later, somebody please give me another coffee. Because that's the problem with coffee, right? You feel great and then you crash, and you feel great and you crash. Looks like we got somebody else on the line, which is exciting. But the great thing about letting go of coffee for 21 days is, and I was certainly a piece of this, is coffee is no longer the boss of me. My energy is my energy. I have lots of it, and I don't require it from an external source to have permission to have a good day. Because I used to be on the coffee roller coaster. I would get up in the morning. The first thing I thought about was coffee. And as soon as I had a coffee, everything was in high gear and I was a racehorse. And then 3 hours later, I was exhausted and I needed another coffee. And I did that 2 or 3 times a day just to survive the day. And I was exhausted all the time. I didn't sleep well. I had anxiety. I couldn't de-stress. I had to do all kinds of tricks to fall asleep at night. It was a total disaster. And none of that exists in my world anymore. And I will tell you, without exception, in the 200 or 300 people that have done this program in the last 14 months, 15 months, none of them have said that quitting coffee was anything other than amazing. They've all said quitting coffee was the best thing they've ever done. Some of them have a little one here and there, but without exception, everybody that has quit coffee for 21 days has completely transformed their life, their energy, their sleep. They've restored balance and have been thankful. So I would encourage you to try being without coffee for 21 days. You can always go back to it. All right. The foods are delicious. You and your family will love the foods that are in the manual. There are so many tasty, amazing foods in the manual. If you really want to look like a superhero, you make that pesto wrapped bacon chicken and everybody will think you are like Chef Ramsay. There's some good stir fries. The avocado stuff is fantastic. And the SBI muffins, the should be illegal muffins, are a mainstay of my existence. They keep us going. Oh, it's Thelma. That's awesome. So the SBI muffins, I mean, hands up if those are awesome and you love them. Is that anyone or just me? Yes. Yeah, totally. You know what? I had work to do today and I didn't have time to stop for lunch. I just grabbed an SBI muffin. I filled up my protein and my tea and off I went. I'm on target, on plan, fed, and I can continue on. Love them. So in the manual, there is the quick start. So if you want to just hurry up and get to it, you can skip the first 10 or 12 pages, jump to here, find out what you're going to eat, which is brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, vegetables, fruit, good fats, lean protein, all kinds of good stuff in there. And it's lots and lots and lots of options. So this is very, very inclusive in those things. But in the what to avoid category, to be straightforward and clear, we're going to avoid popular grains like wheat, rye, barley, oats, and corn, which is not a vegetable, it's a grain. Processed white rice. So things like jasmine rice, there are still the whole grain. We're good. But processed like Uncle Ben's minute rice, not so much. Okay. Millet, bulgur, sorghum, amaranth, buckwheat, and sprouted grains. We're going to watch out for those. There are issues with grains causing inflammation these days. So for 21 days, we're going to pull that out. You can pull it back in later and see how your body responds. We're going to stay away from sugar. We're going to try to kill that sweet habit as best we can so that we get used to the real taste of food again. So no maple syrup, even though it's real, and honey, it's real, but still we're going to pull it out for a while. Agave nectar, Splenda, Equal, NutraSweet, xylitol. You got to read labels because they sneak a lot of stuff in there. They rename it as brown rice syrup or evaporated organic cane juice, but it's still sugar. So we're going to get back to reeling single ingredient foods. We're going to stay away from alcohol. No beer, wine, hard alcohol, not even for cooking. And there's reasons for that. One, alcohol is 7 calories per gram. And if you think about the fact that proteins and carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram and fats are 9 calories per gram, well, alcohol's right in the middle at 7. So it's quite a bit of calories, but it also destroys your give a crap. After 3 or 4 glasses of wine, who cares about the diet? I'm going to eat the whole pizza, right? That's the big problem with alcohol. Okay. It makes you stop caring. If you can eliminate tobacco products, that's awesome. If that's not possible, talk to me. I do have a way to help people quit smoking that's very, very effective and just involves water. So that's a way. And caffeine, as I mentioned, we're going to stay away from caffeine and stimulants. Legumes such as black, red, pinto, navy, white, kidney, lima, fava, peas, chickpeas, lentils are not great. They are on the FODMAP as inflammatory. So we're going to keep away from them for just 21 days and see how you do. And you can slowly introduce them later. We're also going to stay away from all forms of soy. Soy is a very disastrous food. I know when my wife and I were trying to get pregnant, the fertility clinic, one of the best in Canada, had said unequivocally, no soy at all. It is a hormone disruptor. It has all kinds of problems with its GMO properties. It's not healthy. So our life improved when we did that. Dairy, we're going to stay away from dairy for a while because it is a bit of a mucus forming inflammatory element. It's not that dairy is necessarily bad, but a lot of people don't break it down well. So by removing it, we're going to make a guarantee that you're living clean. Watch out for food additives, carrageenan, monosodium glutamate, nitrites, or sulfites. And I will dovetail in, if you're looking for nitrite-free bacon and you cannot find it, don't get all stressed. Have the bacon and then just make sure you have some citrus fruit after. Think of it as a mop because it's an antioxidant to soak up the oxidants that are in the nitrites, right? So have a citrus fruit after bacon and you'll be all right. And protein powder, I love my whey protein. It is an isolate, so it doesn't have any lactose. You will find that the cheaper forms of whey powder are a concentrate and they're full of lactose. Those are going to cause inflammation, but isolate doesn't do that. So I like my protein isolate. You have to check and see how well your body handles it. There are other things like vegan and chickpea proteins, although I wouldn't recommend chickpea because it's one of the things we're avoiding. There are rice proteins and stuff like that. So you can message me if you're struggling to find that. In the manual, there is a sample meal plan, which will give you some ideas. There's also a grocery list, which is really handy to bring with you when you go shopping. And people ask, is this a keto diet? And I always have to make fun of the keto diet because I'm not a big fan. For those of you who don't know, keto diet is 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbohydrates, including fruits and veggies. I'm not a fan. I think it's a pendulum diet. And I think the pendulum is way off to one side. And I don't believe that to be healthy eating. So I'm not always in ketosis, but I am. I never poop. That's funny, but it's also true. I used to know a lady in ketosis that had to have a hot water enema once a week so she could poop. No thanks. When you've been on low carb diet for 5 years and realize it's been 5 minutes, carbs are the devil. What is the matter with you? Yeah, no, not a keto fan. And I have science to back it up if you care and are interested. But there are so many diets now: paleo, vegan, vegetarian, raw food, blood type, Mediterranean zone, fast food, low fat, low carb, gluten-free, dairy-free, salt-free, sugar-free. There's now carnivore, which is all meat. There's a diet for every month of the year and people trying to sell books. So it's more about that. I love the pendulum in the middle. I love common sense. I love eating all the foods and making the best decisions. So one of the things I like to share, and those of you who've done it before, you know this. This is 2 cups of broccoli. 2 cups. I don't know about you, but I don't think I would ever eat 2 cups of broccoli. Like 1 cup is plenty. Does anybody feel the same? Like 2 cups is a lot of broccoli, right? I'll be repeating later in the bed at night, and my wife will kick me out if I have 2 cups of broccoli. It is 62 calories. Now, Timbits. Why I love Timbits? Well, 1 little Timbit is 90 calories. So 1 Timbit is the equivalent to 3 cups of broccoli. Let that sink in. That's nuts. Now, I did talk about this in the last group that I did. When I went up north to Fort St. John for some family stuff, I grabbed a clamshell of strawberries. And out of curiosity, I opened up the clamshell and I counted, and there were 20 strawberries in the clamshell. And I weighed it and I did the math. It was 147 calories in a full clamshell of 20 strawberries. By contrast, that 20 pack of Timbits is 1,800 calories. They're the same. Strawberries are the same size as Timbit. I'll tell you, driving down the highway for 9 hours, I felt amazing munching on strawberries instead of feeling like garbage eating Timbits. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool, awesome. And of course, there's all the great stuff that comes with fruits and veggies. They're loaded with micronutrients, right? Totally full of vitamins and minerals that make your system run at optimal. So fruits and veggies have so much benefit. That's why I like to live on a program that is filled and rich with them. And lots of others have done this, and that means so can you. There are people here that have dropped 6 pounds, 11 pounds, 20 pounds, 8 pounds, 4 pounds, 2 pounds, 5 pounds. I really encourage people to realize that forward is a pace. If you drop 1, 2, or 3 pounds every 21 days, over time, that is a miracle. And even if you maintain your health as the world challenges you through Christmas, through Easter, through Valentine's Day, through birthday parties, if you can maintain that in as itself is a victory. So y'all understand that quick fixes don't work, right? Yep. Jason started with a 6-week challenge, and 8 months later, he grew a beard. All right. Where's my boom boom button? There it is. Okay. So, and then of course, Miss Bonnie, who is on the call today, which I love, and she continues to show us the power of consistency. Some people might say, and I know Bonnie did a couple times, well, I only dropped 2 pounds this month. Yeah, but over time, it's a miracle. And you look like a superstar. And I'm so proud of you, right? You show us what consistency does. Because if you're going to put a drop of water at the top of a mountain, and one side of the mountain is barren and lifeless, and the other side is a lush field of green, how you choose to make your decisions matters. It's a real simple decision. It's a fork in the road, and let's go to the green side. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Who's with me on the green side of the mountain? Yep. Perfect. Love it. Because we want progression versus destruction. All right. Let me hear you say yes if you got something you want. Who wants to shed some weight?
Yes.
Yes. Who wants to gain some energy?
Yes.
Release some belly fat?
Yes.
Yes.
Increase some stamina?
Yes.
Yes.
More confidence.
Yes.
Yep. Fit back in your clothes.
Yes.
Yes. Toned arms and legs.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tighter and trimmer midsection.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, the funny one's coming. You know it. Gain sexual magnetism.
Ooh.
Anyone? All right. I still have hope though. All right. Gain back that swagger. I've never really had a swagger, but all right. How about sleep better?
Yes.
Yes. Respect for yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but when I eat like a garbage compactor, I lose a little bit of respect for myself. I'm like, oh, why did you do that? You know better, right? When I eat really well, I feel proud of myself. Does anybody else feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Positive mindset to start the day.
Yes.
How do you feel about those daily mindset videos? I know you ladies have seen them before, but are they still good?
Yes.
Yes.
I love-
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm going to include some more new, fresh ones that you haven't seen yet because I have them made all the way up to DMV 90. So I'm going to add some more bonus ones this round. Give you guys
Okay,
some.
Super.
How about inner thighs that don't rub together? Right? People think you're wearing no pants, but it's just corduroys. All right. How about just happier? Like
Yep.
legit happier. Anybody up for healthier?
Yep.
Yeah. And
You
how about
bet.
being a role model and a leader?
Yep.
Yeah. Kids looking up to you like, that seems like the way to be. And, you know, I haven't updated this in a while, but this is kind of showing the long haul. People down after 10 months, down 22 pounds, 33, 19, 21, 15. After 7 months, 12 and a half. After 8 months, 28. After 8 months, 72. That actually numbers revised to 76. After 6 months, 11 pounds and maintaining. So it's pretty cool to see. And actually, you know what? I got to update my number. I'm 181 now. So I'm down plus 20, plus another 7 pounds. So I'm actually down 28 pounds now since I started to smarten up. Right. So that's exciting. Of course, commitment is always the first step. And I love to tell the story of my friend Lyle, who called me after Christmas one year because he couldn't get off the floor. And he phoned me up and I hadn't seen him in a while. And he says, I need your help. I said, yeah, what's up? He says, I can't get off the floor. And I said, whoa, what? Do you need me to call 911? Like, are you hurt? He said, no, I'm fine. I'm too fat. I can't get off the floor. Like, oh, well, what do you need me to do? He goes, well, can you coach me? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to eat. Like, I can't live like this. I was like, yeah. So we started working together online. And it took a while. But Lyle went from 350 down to 190. I actually bumped into Lyle today. He was out for a run. He looks amazing. He went from seriously unhealthy to the point where Lyle works out with me every Friday. And we're both in our mid 50s and he looks phenomenal. And he is super, super healthy and happy. And so that's what matters. So go ahead and raise your hand if you're ready to commit your own health. Yep. Perfect. You guys are awesome. And we need some accountability. Sean joined and put some accountability in place and he dropped, this is an older one. He actually dropped 40 pounds and he's actually looking at working with me again, which I'm pretty excited about because I come in for accountability, but I do need your help. We'll be working directly with each other, but only if you'll communicate. And you have to do a starting weight and an ending weight. You commit to that? Yes. Cool. And I also, like I said it earlier in the video, you do need to take responsibility for your actions. You cannot assign me your accountability and you cannot assign me your responsibilities. You still have to do the work. This is Mark, and he sent me a message. He says, we're sure getting winter this year, getting a good workout in today. So nice to be outside working and still have a lot of gas in the tank. I'm wearing clothes today that used to be skin tight on me that feel nice and comfortable. Went from 305 to 277, and he's continuing. I think he's below 270 now. That is fantastic. Oh yeah, there's an updated photo, right? Yeah, 272. He's below 270 now. So he's had a profound difference. And it is echoed to his whole family, his wife as well, everybody. And of course, Stephen, he started May 4th and he's down 76 pounds by October 4th. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. And the daily weigh-in and how it can make you crazy. So people ask, do we have to weigh in every day? And you don't. What I would recommend is you weigh in at the start and at the end. You know, ladies, if you're having your cycle, you could give it a couple of days till that's settled down for your ending weight. Or if you know it's coming, weigh you before that happens, because it does create change. The human body can change by as much as 5% in weight each day. So for a 200-pound person, that can be a 10-pound swing. You go to the movie theater to have salty popcorn, I've had my weight change 5 pounds from one salty popcorn, right? So we're looking for trends, not straight lines. This is my weight through in December, right? And you look, you say, oh, you gained a bunch, not a bunch, but you gained at Christmas and you gained at New Year's. Yeah, don't panic. Because as soon as New Year's was done, I got back to eating completely on plan and everything went back to normal again. And if I look at this little blip of Christmas in the scope of the whole picture, it's just tiny. Doesn't matter. So that means at Christmas time, if you want to have a little bit of a reduction in seriousness, okay, that's fine. But the second you're done, you get back to good again and you hold it for a long period of time. That trend is awesome. That's what we're looking for. You do need to have some good old hard work and consistency. And sometimes the hard work is meal prep. I'm not saying you have to go out and pull around a truck with a cable and exercise like a freak. You do have to do some movement. That makes the most sense. But meal prep is hard work. You got to get out of your own way. Got to let those excuses fade. And you do need to watch the daily mindset videos. Y'all down for that? Yep. Cool. Now, supplements are not required. They are certainly not necessary, but I do have them. I sell them out of my garage. So if there's stuff I can help you with, I will. I actually do sell watches. Garmin watches would help. They're better than Fitbit as far as that goes. But I've got whey powder protein. I've got vitamins, something to help sleep with melatonin. I've got collagen powder for the recipes. I've got glutamine to help with muscle soreness. I've got healthy energy bars and healthy protein bars. So if that helps you, great. They are at my garage. All right. So what comes with the phase 1 reset plan? Well, like I said, make sure you've got all this stuff. If you're missing anything, let me know. The 90-page manual, the reset quick start guide, the grocery list, the reset recipes, the meal plans, the vegetarian recipes, the Facebook group with content and humor, the daily mind or the daily mindset videos you can play anytime you want. There's bonus recipes and videos. You get unlimited contact with me. If you're at the supermarket and you're stumped, send me a photo of something. I will help you. An in-person body comp with me and Sylvan if you want for a small fee. How to fail, and this is sarcasm. This is sarcasm. Stop following the eating plan. Eat sugar and dairy and grains. Stop watching those daily mindset videos. Drink lots of coffee with additives. Never engage in the private group and keep all of your problems or questions to yourself. Yeah, don't be this guy. He's trying really hard. He's not helping at all. Do you know people like this? They're trying really hard, but it's just not right. All right. So it is important too, once you get into the private Facebook group, and you have to do this every time, go into the 3 dots on the upper right, click on sort comments and select them to all, right? So all comments. Otherwise you will see a small selection that Facebook determines you need to see, and it's going to be insufficient. So phase 1 just means that I do have other things. I've got a 6-week challenge that I do, and I do work with people one-on-one. There's other stuff we can do if that interests you. I'm not sure when I'll be doing another 6-week challenge. In fact, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing another 21-day in the next few months. The interest has dropped off, and economically it has to make sense, and it currently doesn't. So we shall see. If I have enough interest for another one in June, I will consider it. But at this point, I'm not sure if I will. All right. So, yeah, and there's my typical, I wanted to share how in 2018, when I got a brand new fancy scale and started weighing myself for my coach all the time, I gained weight at Christmas. 2019, I gained weight at Christmas. 2020, I gained weight at Christmas. In 2021, I decided to follow my own advice to the letter, and I have dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped, and I'm now 181 pounds. And if you picture the fact that in high school, at age 18, I was 184, and I'm currently 181 at age 53. That's kind of cool. I also have a group that I run that's free called the Warrior Code Training 3000 Club. And every month we do 100 a day of something. We just finished with 100 push-ups a day. Some people did wall push-ups or knee push-ups or bench push-ups or full military push-ups. This month is going to be reverse crunches, and there are ways to change it if you're more fit, less fit, bigger challenge, less challenge. That's what all these things are. So Team Jalapeno is hard, Habanero is harder, Team Ghost is harder, Scorpion's harder, and Team Reaper is flat out ridiculous. If I'm honest, the hardest thing imaginable. So Team Reaper was 100 push-ups a day, and it was until your chest touches the floor, your hands release, reconnect, and you push up. They're awful. But if you're looking for a challenge, that is a free group I run on Facebook. The reset is step one, clean the slate and start fresh. Repeat as often as you want for $57. Like I said, if I have enough interest, I will run another one in June, but we'll see how that goes. We can build new habits in progress. And that's the any questions slide. Any questions for me? This is a veteran group watching live today, so I imagine the questions are limited. I have a crickets button. I appreciate that you ladies chimed in for the call. I really do. That is awesome because this is a lot harder alone. And I know that several of the newer people couldn't make the call today, and it matters to be able to see the video on repeat. And it really is a better difference if there's people bouncing back the yeses and nos. So thank you. Any questions?
Don't think
No.
so.
Can help you
Just
better?
want to say thank you, Scott. It's been you kept me honest in my challenges.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love your success. I love that you dropped 11 pounds and you've held it for so
Yeah.
long. Like, right?
Yep.
And that's huge.
I'm pretty pleased about that. And I'm hoping that there's a June session, but because I would be in it again, but I sure understand your logistics there.
I hope to. I need
Yeah.
people to join
Yeah.
in order for it to
Yeah.
make sense to do so. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I'll, same thing, kind of mid-May, I'll start putting the word out and see if there's interest. And I love to run it. I love to help people, but like I said, this challenge, there's, I think 7 people and only one of them is new, and the economics of that aren't pretty. I got to acknowledge too, there are some people on this call who tip when they pay for the next challenge. And I really appreciate that. That feels pretty warm and fuzzy. So thank you for your generosity. I think all 3 of you did that. Paid a little extra. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're most welcome. Yeah, you've changed my life, and I can't thank you enough.
Well, I would say you changed your life. I kind of showed you a map, but you followed it. So I appreciate your acknowledgement. I can't take any credit for it because you changed your life.
Yeah.
But I did help.
Yes, you
So
did. Big
that.
time.
Awesome. Well, ladies, I will return you to your Saturday. Thank you so much for being on the call today. I hope you have an amazing 21 days. If you have any challenges, if you struggle, if you've got stuff you're wondering, please reach out to me so that I am gifted the ability to coach.
Will do.
Awesome.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. Okay, take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
buddy. Bye.
Bye.